obviously I have a lot of identities. There is no single identity for any of us, and I am very conscious of my race and the way in which that shapes my life in this world, my class, and the way in which that shapes my world experience, my religious tradition and the way in which that shapes who I am. But clearly, in a lot of ways, I look like a lot of other folks with whom I interact, except the fact that I am gay and have been openly gay all of my adult life. I think, arguably the most pronounced barrier that exists for LGBT Arkansans is for kids who identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender, is that we know that the educational experience in which those kids have is one in which that can be very brutal for them, either psychologically or physically. Clearly, young people are one area in which we have real issues. We also have to know, we know that the fact that you can be fired for being LGBT, and the fact that we know on a regular basis LGBT individuals are fired is a reality. Another real fear that a lot of LGBT Arkansans face is the fact that if their landlord says, I really don't want somebody gay or lesbian living under my roof, then they can boot them out, and that there are no fair housing protections for that, and that's a real fear for a lot of LGBT Arkansans. And finally, we know, unfortunately, especially for some of our LGBT Arkansans who are persons of color, we know that too often some religious organizations of which they are a part are not as accepting. And JCA is really there helping people understand people who are LGBT through the Straight Talk program, which brings groups of LGBT Arkansans and their friends and their family members into local community organizations so that people can ask the questions that are a little challenging and that they don't always have an opportunity to ask of others who are LGBT. And that begins to produce understanding about what it is to be LGBT in Arkansas.